Can you save a stranded astronaut on the moon for $45,000? Join me as I take on the challenge of saving a stranded astronaut on the moon, all for just $45,000. Imagine being stranded on the moon with limited resources and no way to communicate with mission control. It's a nightmare scenario that's both terrifying and intriguing. The question is, can we save our astronaut on the moon with a budget of just $45,000? It sounds like an impossible task, but let's dive in and explore the possibilities. To put this into perspective, $45,000 is roughly the cost of a luxury car, or a year's worth of tuition fees for a university student. It's a relatively small amount of money considering the complexity of a moon rescue mission. But we're gonna make it work, and I'm excited to take you through the process. The first challenge we face is the harsh environment of the moon. With temperatures ranging from -243 degrees Celsius to 127 degrees Celsius, there's no atmosphere to provide oxygen or protection from harmful radiation. Our astronaut will need a reliable source of oxygen, food, and water to survive, and that's just the beginning. Let's dive into the critical factors involved in rescuing our astronaut. The first and most obvious challenge is logistics. We need to get a team or a vehicle to the moon, which is no easy feat. We'll need to consider the cost of fuel, transportation, and housing for the rescue team. Another crucial aspect is technology. We'll need specialized equipment to navigate the moon's surface, communicate with our astronaut, and provide the necessary medical care. The cost of this tech will eat into our budget, but it's essential for a successful rescue. The next factor is the time constraint. The longer our astronaut is stranded, the lower their chances of survival. We need to act fast, and that means we'll have to sacrifice some luxuries to get the job done quickly. The cost of launching a spacecraft is prohibitively expensive, with estimates ranging from $500 million to $1 billion. Clearly, we can't afford that on our budget. We'll need to think outside the box and find alternative solutions. Another option could be to use existing space exploration technology to our advantage. NASA's Artemis program, for example, aims to return humans to the moon by 2024. Perhaps we could piggyback on their mission and use their resources to rescue our astronaut. However, even with the help of existing programs, we'll need to be creative with our rescue plan. We might need to use makeshift equipment or even 3D print tools on the fly. The possibilities are endless, but we'll need to be flexible and adapt to any situation that arises. One strategy could be to send a small robotic rover to the moon to retrieve our astronaut. This would reduce the cost of fuel and transportation, and the rover could be equipped with basic medical supplies and communication devices. Another approach could be to use a lunar satellite to provide our astronaut with critical supplies, such as oxygen and water. This would buy us time while we work on a more permanent solution. We could also consider using commercial spaceflight companies like SpaceX or Blue Origin to launch a rescue mission. They might be able to offer more affordable options or even provide access to their existing resources. As we weigh our options, it's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. We'll need to combine different strategies and technologies to create a bespoke rescue plan that fits our budget. So, what's the most feasible solution? In my opinion, the best approach would be to use a combination of NASA's Artemis program and commercial spaceflight companies to launch a rescue mission. We could use a robotic rover to retrieve our astronaut, while also utilizing a lunar satellite to provide critical supplies. It's not going to be easy, but with a bit of creativity and innovation, I believe we can save our astronaut on the moon with just $45,000. In conclusion, rescuing a stranded astronaut on the moon is a complex challenge that requires careful planning, creativity, and a willingness to think outside the box. The $45,000 budget might seem like a limitation, but it's actually an opportunity to showcase our resourcefulness and ingenuity. Thanks for joining me on this thought-provoking journey. If you've got any thoughts on how you'd rescue our astronaut, please share them in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more space-related content and thought experiments. What do you think would be the best way to rescue a stranded astronaut on the moon? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you love space, tech, and exploration, Don't forget to subscribe to Cosmic Chronicles for more deep dives into the mysteries of the universe. See you in the next adventure.